Hi all. So it's been long time. I haven't shared any video. So today I'll be sharing with you all. One request came from the students that they are not able to solve 10.1 exercise, right? So today I'll be just explaining you how to solve 10.1 exercise, wherein all the commands which you see over here, we have already did all these commands in the class. If you see carefully, so what all commands are over there? This is a simply data set, right? On which we have to work, which is customer data. What all functions we have to perform? We have to see how to work with concatenate function and how to work with ampersand operator. Then we have to learn how to concatenate the text along with char. So I explained you various types of codes which you can use along with char. Then how to clean the data, clean and trim function. How to extract the data from middle somewhere. Then how to get the data from leftmost side, how to get the data from rightmost side, how to find the length of a function, how to find the position of a particular character we are looking in the text. Here we can use search function also, which we already did. The difference between search and find function is that find is case sensitive, whereas search function is not case sensitive. Both these functions return the position where a particular character lies. Just to give you a quick recap. Then flash fill we already did. It fills the cells, adjacent cells with the pattern, whatever the pattern the adjacent columns are having, following those all pattern, it will be going to fill a particular column with different values lying in different rows. Then how to convert text into column, how to substitute the old text and replace it with the new text, text function to convert any value into text type of information. Here we learn how to give various formats along with the value in which we want to convert, right? Don't forget that. Then to convert the data into lowercase, into uppercase, into proper case. Then how we can use the functions, like VLOOKUP functions are over there, then index and match function are over there, ifs are over there, or there are so many number of text function. How will be integrating len function within some other function, how will be going to integrate find function within other function, how will be going to integrate mid function within other function. All these functions which are shown over here can be integrated one another other function. Only the thing is we have to understand what is the problem statement and accordingly we integrate to get the output. Then rept is a repeat function which repeat n number of times a particular character or text. So now this is the problem statement which is given to us, wherein so many number of functions are being just explained over here by their name only, expecting you know the syntax and you are being asked to use these all functions. Now move to the data sheet. What is the data sheet? So this is the customer data, wherein customer first name is given, middle name is given, last name is given, gender of a customer is here. The address of a customer is being divided into various information. First is street address, second is city, third is state and zip code. Then the email ID of customer, telephone number of customer and the national ID of customer. So this data is being given to us on which we will be working further on. So first question. The first problem statement is saying that here we see two columns are empty. First column is saying customer full name using concatenate function, and second column is expecting customer full name using ampersand operator. So we'll see how to use concatenate function. So I already told you that there are two functions, one is concat and another is concatenate. Concatenate is a function which usually used in older versions, whereas concat is a new function which is being used in all the latest version. So you can use any of these. As it is being asked to use concatenate function, just see it joins several text string into one string. The definition is given over here. I press tab. It is saying give all the text by separating each and every text by comma. So I want to first of all write the first name. Then I want to have a space, so with comma I am just mentioning a single space, then I say middle name, then again with comma a single space, comma, then last name, and I will be going to close the bracket. See, so this is the full name, customer full name. First is Jennifer space J space McCarthy. Now see how we'll be doing the same thing with the ampersand operator. So it is actually a formula which we are writing, it is not a function. So I'll use A2 cell, concatenation operator, single space, concatenation operator, then B2 cell, then concatenation operator, single space, then concatenation operator, and cell C2. So in both the cases we are getting a full name. Only the thing is that what is the difference? Difference is the way we are using the function. Here we are using concatenation operator, here we are using concatenate function. In case we use concat function, then also we'll get the same result. See, I am trying concat function here, concat, see here, first name, comma, space, comma, middle name, comma, space, comma, last name. And see, same way we are getting the full name over here. So we can use any of these. Now just after writing the formula once, we have to copy all the formulas. For this I can just double click over here and I will get all the formulas filled over here. See, so we are getting the full name in both the ways of the customers. Now move to second sheet. Here it is saying the problem statement is asking us to get the complete address. Address is divided into 4 columns. First is the street address, city, state and zip code. How we'll get the complete address? One way to get the complete address is simply use a concatenate function. Simply use a concatenate function. So here this time I will use concat function. Once I have already used concatenate, I'll say the street address, comma, then I'll put space, comma, then city, comma, then space, comma, then state, comma, then space, comma, then zip code, right? And I'll close the function. But what is mentioned over here? Here it is asking complete address and all the address should be separated by a new line, right? So every address should come in a new line. So what we studied in last class, that to get a enter key included in the text, we have to use char 10. So how we'll be using? We'll say equals to street, right? And then we'll use concatenation operator and we concatenate in this char 10, then again concatenation operator, then city name, then concatenation operator char 10. So we are concatenating a new line after each and every information which is related to or pertaining to the address of a customer and lying in different cell. So we are using cell address over there. Then zip code, press enter. So the entire address is now been appeared in new line. So this is street address. If you look over here, this is a street address, then this is city, then this is state, then this is zip code. So how many char 10 we have used? One we inserted here, then here, then here, and 3 char 10 we have used to get the full customer address appearing in new line. Now we can copy the address. How will copy? Select both the cell and just double click. So in all the cells the complete address and the address in new line appears over here. Now come to clean trim, right? So what is mentioned over here? Remove all irrelevant symbols using clean. So we learnt in last class that clean is a function which actually removes non-printable characters. So simply we will write over here equals to clean and the cell address, right? We have to write the formula once, and here we have to use trim function. What trim functions do? Trim function trims leading, trailing spaces, unnecessary spaces. So I'll say trim the street address and press, right? So all the unnecessary spaces are being removed. Now simply I have to double click, and my exercise, third exercise, is now being completed. Now come to mid function. What it is saying? Pen type. First of all, we have to find out the pen type from this pen number, and then we have to find out the category. Now here the categories are mentioned in a separate table. If the pen number starts with P, then the category is individual. If it is H, the category is HUF. If it is F, the category is firm. If it is C, then the category is company. We have to fill the category over here, but before that we have to get the pen type from here. So how we will get the pen type? So pen type is basically lying at the fourth character, AMEP. Fourth character is a pen type. How we will extract that? Using mid function, because we have to extract the character from middle somewhere. So this is the text. I have to start extracting the character from fourth position, and how many character I have to extract? One character only. So this is how we have extracted, right? Now to get the type category, we have to use either index match or VLOOKUP. Nothing is mentioned over here, so we can use anything. Let's say we use VLOOKUP. So we are looking for this particular pen type, comma. Where we are looking in this complete table. This is table array. So we have to freeze it because we will be going to copy the formula, comma. In case this pen type has been found, then we have to pick the value from which column index? From second column index, and our match will be exact. Our match will be exact, that is false, right? And we'll close it. We will close it. So see, we got the category. There is no character which is starting with M. So hence it is coming hash NA. We'll fill it. We'll fill the formula, and we see in rest of the places the proper name is coming. So here just A2 4. So in this A2, fourth is P, but I think space is over here. So I'll do one more thing. I'll just trim it and see. Now see, P is being extracted because fourth character is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is fourth character. Some spaces are over here. That is why it was picking M. Right? So this is something which we have to take care of. Whatever the information it is giving, whether that information is correct or not. Right? Now we can do this with index match also. So use index match, because you people learned this, so you should try this also. So see, we are having only like if I'm having pen type, right? So I have to extract the information from one column. So no need to go for two-dimensional lookup. We can simply say index. First of all, which particular array we have to look for, or from where we have to pick the value. We have to pick the value from this particular array, comma. What is the row number? So I'll say match. What I want to match? I want to match this. From where I want to match? I want to match from this particular row. Which type of match it is? False. I mean to say exact, and I'll close it, right? I have to freeze it. So I'll freeze it. Function F4. I will freeze this also. Function F4. I'll freeze this array from where I'll be going to pick the value and freeze it. Fine. So in this way also we can go for the value which we want to extract. So I am just using format painter, and I am using format painter so that it should look nice. right? So we have used both the function. Here VLOOKUP function and here index and match function. In both the ways we can just extract the values. Now come over here, find function. The name of a function which you have to use is written in the sheet only. So what is mentioned? Extract from email, username. From this email I have to extract the first name, right? I have to extract the name. So this is the name. This I have to extract. This I can extract if I know the position of @ right? So if I know the position of @ then what we can do? We can uh, extract all the characters which are lying before that, right? And for, let's say, domain name, where is the domain name? Domain name is lying after @. So if I know the position of @ I can extract the character, what all characters are lying after @. The first thing is to find the position of @. So how we'll do that? See, so we are not going to use it like as in a sequential manner. We have to understand the problem also. Okay, what is the problem statement, and accordingly we can just write the formulas. It is not necessary that we have to find out the things in order only. We can use our mind also, right? And when once we are perfect in everything, then we can just do it directly, right? So I have written over here few things: find, len, minus find and len. So how will find the position of @? I'll use find function, right? Then what I want to find? I want to find out @, right? Within which text? Within this text I want to find. Just a minute here. I have to remove these all characters, right? So this is the address from where we have to pick the value, right? Now what is the third argument? Third argument is saying start number, which is optional. So I am not mentioning the start number. I want to search from the beginning only. So it is saying 34. At 34th position, my @ symbol is lying at cell A2, whereas @ is lying in different position in different cells. Depends the size, or you can say the length of email address you have mentioned. Like in second case, it is lying at 14th position. Now see what it will give. Len minus find. So I'll say here len of, this is the complete character, right? Len of A2 will give the complete length of this particular email address, and I want to minus, what I want to minus? I want to minus the number of characters which are before @. So I should know where the @ is lying. Is lying at 34. So if I'll be going to subtract 34 characters from the total length, I will be going to get the leftover characters, right? So what I can say here, find again, I'll say @ comma, which cell? This cell only, and I'll close it, right? So I got 9. It means ki after @ how many characters are there? 9. So if I have to extract the domain name, I have to mention that I want to extract the like domain name from right hand side. But how many characters I want to extract? I want to extract 9 characters. It means I have to integrate len minus find function within right function. And what is len? So len will be going to give you the actual length, right? So these are actually supplementary functions which we'll be using over here. Now start from here. What I have to do? I have to find out the name, username, which is lying at left hand side. So I'll say left. From where I have to extract? From here I have to extract. But how many characters I have to extract? So first of all, I'll say I will be going to find the position of @ in this string only, and whatever it will be going to return -1. Let's say 34 it is mentioning, like it is returning 34. @ is lying at 34. So I want to extract 33 characters. So I have written -1 over here, right? And in case of here, I have to extract the domain name. So I'll say write. I want to extract from here, but how many characters I want to extract? So again I will say whatever the length of this particular string is, from that minus subtract the position where at the rate is lying. Where at the rate is lying. So at the rate is lying at 34th position, and the total length of the string is 43. So it will be going to subtract 39 from 43. So the leftover characters will be 9. 9 is actually the number of characters which are lying after at the rate, and you will get the domain name over here, right? Simply you have to understand this and then you can copy it. It's fine. So I'll just wait for a while so that you can just look at the formula and you understand that for left I am just looking for the position where at the rate is lying. Once I get the position, I'll be going to subtract 1 so that I will be going to get the total number of characters which are lying before at the rate. And once we mention those number of character with left function, I'll be able to get the leftmost characters, that is username. For domain name, I'm saying I have to extract the domain name from right hand side, but how many characters? So what I did, I have just calculated the total length of a string. From there I subtracted the number of characters which are after at the rate. So for that I should know where at the rate is lying. So I have used find function over here. So I hope you understand. Now move to next question. Left right len search. So see, again I have to find out the first name, I have to find out the last name. So here again same process will be using. I have to only find the position of space where this space is. Wherever this space is lying, I have to extract the character before space to get the first name and after the space to get the last name. Don't forget this thing. It's very important. Like here in Excel, you have to integrate any function inside any other function. So you should be very careful. You have to understand the problem statement carefully to know what you have to do actually. What is the request made by the problem statement. So first of all, again we'll find first of all the position of space. So we are moving reverse basically. To understand the problem carefully, I am finding space, comma, where in this string, right? Just a minute. So I am getting 9. Now I'll say len of this string minus find the space in this string. 7. It means ki the last name, to fetch the last name, I have to give the length as or number of character as 7, and to get the first name I have to give the number of character as 9 minus 1. So now we'll integrate the formula. I'll say left. I want to find out the leftmost character, but how many character? It is saying number of characters. How many characters? I'll say find the space within this string only, and once you find, you have to subtract 1 from it to get the total number of characters which we want to extract from leftmost side. And here I'll say right. I have to extract the rightmost character. How? By getting first of all the total length of this string, and then I'll subtract the number of character or the number where space is lying in this string only, right? And we'll get the second character. Now we have to just double click. Understand once only. The same thing we have repeated which we did in previous example. There we were looking for at the rate, here we are looking for space, just to make you understand. So it's a revision kind of thing, right? Okay. So now move further. So it is saying substitute in text. So here telephone number is being given, and we have to, in telephone number we have to actually find out, or you can say we have to just somewhere we have to remove dashes, somewhere we have to remove first dash only, somewhere we have to remove second dash only, and somewhere we have to add the code in the telephone number. What is given to us? We are given with the telephone number. So first of all we have to remove dash. So what we'll do, we'll substitute space, or you can say no space in place of dash. So what function we use? Substitute. First of all, this is the text. What is the old text? Old text is underscore or dash. What is the new text? New text is nothing, right? Similarly, let's say we have to remove first dash, then what we will do? Substitute. This is the text. I have to replace the old text, that is dash. Now see, new text is nothing, but which instance? It is saying remove only first instance. So I'll write 1 over here. I told you before also in the class. Here substitute. This is the text. Just keep on looking at the syntax. I am just following the syntax which is mentioned over here. Once you are in habit of doing this, you will never be going to fail in any of the exam in your entire life, because you know that the syntax is written there only. Conceptually you have to strong, you should know which function is to be used, right? Now second dash, so we will write second instance number. So we have removed second instance number. Now we have to add +44 before the telephone number, right? We have to add +44, it's saying add UK country code +44 before telephone number. So what we'll say? We'll say equals to, we have to write +44, which is actually a text because plus is also over there. Now we'll use concatenation operator and we'll say substitute what? In this telephone number wherever dash is lying with no value, and just close it. So we have added. We can put space also, right? That I already told you. If you want to put space after 3 numbers, so that also you can do. So this is how we have to use substitute function, right? Here I am substituting all the dash with no character. Here I am just replacing first instance. Here I am replacing only second instance. And here I am concatenating +44 before the telephone number. And the telephone number in which we are actually adding this code, there we are doing one more thing. What is that? We are replacing dash with no character. I hope you understand. Now lower upper proper, there is nothing in this. I think everyone is able to do this. This is lower. This is upper. Only one parameter is over there, and in proper first character will be in caps. Oh, by mistake I have used proper, right? First character will be in caps, and then just double click, so all the cell will going to get filled automatically. Once you have to pay attention, once only, right? Once you are very much clear about the functions, about the formula, about the problem statement, you will feel easy to work with. Now see what is mentioned over here. You have to get the customer ID, but what is the criteria to allocate or allot a customer ID to all the customers? So it is saying ki first of all national ID should come. Where is national ID? This is national ID. Then pipe symbol should come. Then state. This is state. Then again pipe symbol. Then first 3 character of username. These are the first 3 characters. And all these first 3 characters should be in capital, right? So again we will be going to integrate the functions also. One within another, right? So come here. what will say? Equals to, this is national ID, then concatenation operator, just a minute, equals to national ID, then concatenation operator, then symbol of pipe, which is above enter symbol in your keyboard. If you see above enter key, there is a pipe symbol. Then concatenation operator, then state, then again concatenation operator, then again pipe symbol, then again concatenation operator. Then you have to take first three characters, right? And that too from right hand side, right? So sorry, that too from your left hand side, that too from left hand side, because leftmost three character and all the three characters should be in capital, all the three characters should be in capital. So we have to use two functions. First is to extract first three character, we'll use left function, and then to convert that into uppercase we'll be using upper function. So upper function will be the outermost function. Within this, left function will come, which will be going to extract the leftmost character. How many? Three characters. So first we close left function bracket, then upper function bracket. So this is a customer ID we have generated. So see, this is how we did it, right? C2, concatenation operator, pipe symbol, concatenation operator, state, concatenation operator, pipe symbol, concatenation operator. First, always the inner bracket gets solved first. So in inner bracket, what we use left function. How many character we are extracting? 3. So it will be returning JEN, where J will be capital and E and N will be small. Then we will be converting JEN into upper case, right? And I explained you one more way. What is that? I explained you how to do this. You can just check in this way also. It will give you the result JEN. You select this only left function. What it is returning? JEN. You can see small capital JEN. When you use upper, see it has been changed JEN. So you can check in this way also, and one way I explained you, that is your evaluate, right? Don't forget that. Now this is a REPT function, which is a repeat function. Customer name is given, number of order placed is given. If I have to like you can say repeat 65 number of times a particular customer full name or anything, number of order, let's say, so you have to use repeat function, equals to REPT. Let's say I want to repeat, let's say I have to repeat O, right, order. And how many times I have to repeat? 65 number of times. So see, 65 number of times O will appear. This is a simple repeat function. You can repeat customer name also, you can repeat some symbol also, you can repeat anything. So repeat as many number of times you will mention, those many number of times it will be repeating the particular character. Right? So I have repeated O. In place of O, you can write anything. It can be any symbol also. It can be customer name also. Clear? So this is all about 10.1. I hope you people will watch the video and will be able to do this exercise. Tomorrow is Sunday. Kindly do it, complete it. All the best.